Stalingrad, 1942. A city on the Volga River, full of life and work. People went about their daily routines, unaware of the impending doom. The streets were bustling with activity, markets were filled with chatter, and children played without a care in the world. But a dark shadow was coming. Nazi Germany, driven by a relentless desire for expansion, had set its sights on this crucial city. The strategic importance of Stalingrad could not be overstated. On July 17th, the attack began. German cannons fired, sending a storm of metal and fire. The peaceful city was transformed into a battlefield. The German Air Force, cruel and relentless, dropped bombs from the sky. Buildings crumbled, and fires raged uncontrollably. Stalingrad, once bright and lively, was now a burning mess. Smoke filled the air, and the cries of the wounded echoed through the streets. The German Sixth Army, a strong force led by General Friedrich von Paulus, moved forward quickly and fiercely. Their advance seemed unstoppable. Their goal was clear: take Stalingrad, stop the Soviets, and secure victory in the east. The fate of the war hung in the balance. But the Soviets wouldn't give up easily. They were fighting for their country, their homes, their lives. Every street, every building became a battleground. This was the start of one of the worst battles ever. A battle that would change the course of history and leave an indelible mark on the world. Of the relentless struggle. As summer turned to fall, things began to change. The once warm and vibrant days gave way to cooler temperatures and shorter daylight hours. The landscape transformed, signaling a shift not just in the weather but in the course of the war. The German attack, initially fierce and relentless, was halted by strong Soviet resistance in the brutal onset of the Russian winter. The once formidable German forces found themselves bogged down, their momentum lost in the freezing conditions. The Soviets, recognizing a strategic opportunity, meticulously planned a surprise counteroffensive. Their military leaders gathered, poring over maps and strategies, determined to turn the tide of the war. This bold plan, known as Operation Uranus, aimed to encircle and trap the German Sixth Army. It was a daring and ambitious strategy, requiring precise coordination and timing. On November 19, 1942, as dawn broke, Operation Uranus was set into motion. Artillery roared to life and troops began their advance, marking the beginning of a pivotal moment in the war. Soviet forces, bolstered by fresh reinforcements and superior numbers, launched a fierce assault. They broke through the weaker German flanks, effectively closing the trap around the Sixth Army. The once unstoppable Sixth Army now found itself surrounded, cut off from supplies and reinforcements. The reality of their dire situation began to set in. The harsh winter conditions only compounded their misery, making survival even more challenging. The cold was relentless, and the soldiers' morale plummeted as hope dwindled. Trapped and facing destruction, the German Sixth Army kept fighting, driven by desperation and fading hope. But the Soviets, wanting revenge and to free their city, kept attacking. House by house, street by street, they fought their way into Stalingrad. Finally, on February 2, 1943, General von Paulus surrendered what was left of the Sixth Army. The Battle of Stalingrad was over. The city was in ruins, a symbol of the horrors of war. Over 1 million soldiers were dead, buried under the rubble or frozen in the harsh Russian winter. The Battle of Stalingrad was a turning point in World War II. The German army, no longer unbeatable, had lost badly. Things had changed. The Red Army, stronger after their victory, started their long and difficult march to Berlin. But the victory came at a terrible price. Stalingrad showed the world how awful war can be, a reminder of how people can be both brave and cruel. We still remember that battle today, a warning for a world that wants peace. Stalingrad, a part of history forever, reminds us never again.